Hey guys, Dr. Pam here, holistic doctor, metaphysician, psychic, medium, and friend. Find me at lifehealer.org and lifehealer77@gmail.com if you need anything. Alright, so today's a big day, guys. I started this video 3 times. I've had to stop it for all sorts of different reasons. So here we go. Thank you for spending your Saturday with me. This was intended to be an end of the week review, and then of course an update because today is 4/4, and that is exactly what it's going to be. But I have a feeling that we have a couple of surprises in store, and whenever I hear them rhyme like that means that it's time, right? All right, so what should we do first? Should we go through all the wonderful things, or should we go through the things that are a little bit sticky? Sticky is right here. Okay, so think of sticky like sticky rice. Okay, so sticky is sticky, but sticky isn't always bad. Sometimes sticky could just mean like honey, right? Everybody loves honey, like a Pooh Bear, right? Okay, sticky can mean sticky like a fly trap. Okay, so you could get stuck in something and not be able to get out. That's possible too. Okay, so there's all sorts of definitions of sticky. So that's what I'm hearing. So there's a few topics that we're going to cover regarding sticky. So they said breathe in, breathe out, remember who we are, okay, remember to eat well, remember to take care of ourselves. And for the sticky moments that are coming between now, and I already told you all, between 4/4 and 4:25, it was going to be a little bit sticky. I'm not sure if I use those words exactly, but something like that, okay? And I've been unsettled most of the day. My pup has been using the restroom like crazy. Poor Mason, he always feels that energy when it's coming through. Here comes the itchy nose. Okay, so there are a lot of things though that I want to tell you about sticky. So while you're at home and being sticky, make sticky notes, put them all around, tell yourself of all the things that you want to do. Okay, it's for sure, okay, that by 6/1 we will be open for business again, but not until then. All right, so it's as simple as that. And what does that mean? You're going to hear it on the news. You keep hearing it, right? You keep hearing it everywhere we go. So find something fun to do. Like this little area right here, I created, turn a closet into a little nook to read, make bookshelves out of, like, something creative. Find yourself like a nice little, I don't know, art project to do, right? Bring in some books, sit down, do something different. And this is a time where we start to go insane. I start to go like this and think about all the things that we could be out there doing, and I think about all of that and I find ways to distract myself. How do I know I'm distracting myself? Because I walk around the house, I start talking about all the things that we can't be doing, instead of doing the things that we can be doing and should be doing. There are no shoulds, except that when we're given an opportunity, right, in this time period to get some things done. So there are some shoulds. So here are our shoulds. We should take very good care of ourselves, okay? And what does that mean? That means, getting a lot of rest, even if you can't fall asleep, that's okay. Getting a lot of rest, taking lots of vitamins and things during this period of sticky, which is, again, running through the 25th. For those of you who have known me for a long time, I had a holistic health practice in Tucson for over 10 years, Journey to Wellness, and during that time, we learned a lot about different holistic remedies from different places, and there are no complete one answers for all, right? And so maybe an oil for one person and maybe it's a vitamin for another person. I can't say for sure. I can only make some suggestions. But one of the things that can help us to fall asleep at night naturally is by stopping all caffeine and things by noon, 2 o'clock at the very latest, okay? Taking some natural melatonin. And also, I brought this out, and I don't have any affiliation with them other than I just have taken them before and I really like them. But it's GABA by Source Naturals. That'll calm your mind, especially if you have kids that are a little bit energetic right now. L-tryptophan, and again, no association with these companies other than they work, and I like to just share what works, okay? And kids can take it too. That helps to just rest the mind. Along with taking a bath. These are just simple bath oils. I think I got these in the side of the road somewhere in British Columbia. But anything, okay? Just doing that for yourself. This works very well. This is by Relive. Okay, Relive is a company. If you just email me, but relive.com. okay, and help you out with that. But they have a great oil here that is a melatonin and a hemp oil blend, CBD blend, sweet orange, hemp and melatonin, very good. And then different oils too, of course, to put you to sleep at night. I wanted to also address something. 3 readings this week, and all 3 people brought up the same thing. Okay, I'm feeling not so well. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna like throw up. Okay, good, throw up. Okay, that's what I say, and that's exactly what I did. I woke up the other morning, I did, and so I have my singing bowl that I'll use sometimes. Okay, and so it's just, you know, I'm just going around. No right or wrong. It takes a minute to just learn. And then you can go in and after. For those of you that do journey, and you know, it could be drum journeying or, you know, any type of plant medicine journeying, anything like that, you know, those sounds and things can actually initiate that out of you. So it's not a bad thing, right? When you purge, it's not like you throw it because you had something, you know, rotten. It's just because something needs to come out. These are great bells. I love these. I think these came from India, but nice, silent, still, peaceful, and yet activating all at the same time. Okay, all right, something like that. This can also be used, and this is quite often used as my pendulum. And while we're speaking of pendulums, because I'm saying, please tell me your yes, I wanted to just briefly talk about pendulums for a moment, okay? It may look like my hand is moving. Try to hold it still, okay? Sometimes when a lot of energy is coming through you, it's really hard to do that, okay? And so again, we're just working with energy here. This is also known as dowsing, okay? So I'm asking, please tell me your yes, and now please tell me your no, okay? And so this is what I refer to as my God pendulum. So if somebody calls me and they have a question, right, urgent question, 911, and I want to necessarily, my guides are saying, yeah, I necessarily want to leave myself out of it, right? And so I will use this as, you know, confirmation for sure, especially when I'm talking about something that's really important, okay? So back to other things that are important. Taking care of ourselves right now during this sticky period. These are great. I recommend these. They're just simple stretchy bands. You can stretch with them. You can put them in your feet. You can use them to stretch, do, you know, Pilates. You can do working out with them. I love using them. You know, you can put on a movie, just step on them, you know, hold something, your foot, if you have a sandal on or something like that. You could buy, these are pretty, I'd say, maybe, I don't know, maybe medium. So probably if you ski, I'd say it's the blue trail. And then you can get some of the ones that are a little bit thicker, right? The more the black trail or the diamond trail. Speaking of skiing and all of those things, the guides just said good time and good lead into what do we do during this time, okay? Some people are saying, do I go out? Do I stay home? What do I do? Do I go out? Do I stay home? I just got off the phone with my mom, and right? And so, you know, so sweet of my brother to go out and to get some groceries. So do things like that. If you go out anyways and you have a parent who's a little bit older, and, you know, my mom's super healthy, probably healthier than most people that are in their 40s or their 50s, right? Takes good care of herself, okay? Shout out to her, because that's a lot of work to do throughout the years. And then supporting, of course, and taking care of a partner, right, through time and doing all those things. It's choices that we make. So anyways, reminding us to help each other out right now. I just had a warmness in my heart as I was remembering that conversation, right? And so if you have somebody, you're going to the store anyways, it's a good time. Hey, I'm going to run out. I'm going to get a couple things. Can I get something for you? Okay? So that's something nice that you can do. All right, so during this sticky time, we're staying at home, right? And now think of it as sticky however you want it to be. Sticky could be tar or sticky could be honey, okay? In the same day, the honey could turn into tar, and that's okay, right? Here they come, they're rhyming again, all right? That just means, you know, be a little bit lighthearted. Everything's going to be okay. But find a schedule in your day. All right, so some other things that we can do. I wanted to share. I have a few other things that keep coming to me. You know, certainly this isn't an advertisement for any products. It's just talking about things that work. You know, when you've done something for so many years, I've been doing this now for, oh gosh, you know, over 25 years. So I know it works and I know how to help people. So that's what we're doing, right? So using some of the peppermint oils, okay, this is really good to help people open up their chest. This is what I use. It's the Young Living Vitality Blend to food grade. And if you want some of that, you just let me know, okay? I use it sometimes just as a refresher during the day. Starting to lose energy. Woo, here comes the peppermint, okay? Something like that to just help us. Whew. Because, one of the things that I'm being reminded of right now is to address, the fact that even though people are at home, this could be a lot more work than it was before, right? So when parents went off and sent their kids to school, okay, the school was responsible, right? And you went off maybe to work and things, and now we're at home. So now we have to teach, now we still have to maybe do our job. So we have all those sorts of things that we have to take care of, right? So it's important to take care of yourself and to find little ways during this sticky time to look at it as honey and not tar. And if you start to feel yourself go to the tar, then start to gravitate to the honey. How do you do that? By bringing things that are positive, bringing in things that are light, maybe doing a card reading, right? Just a simple angel card reading. And if you want a reading, let me know. Okay, I'll brighten your day, certainly. Doing a special right now for only $99, okay, for the whole hour. And then if you want, you could also do the 125, and that includes a 15-minute Reiki session right after the reading. I will send that to you. You will feel it, guaranteed. And then you also will receive a pendulum. I got a whole new batch in, very excited. Shout out to my friend Nikki again for getting those for me at the gym show. And they come from all over. I have amethyst, rose quartz, clear quartz. There is tiger's eye. There's sodalite. There's so many of them. And I have the circular ones and then the more of the original looking long ones. I don't have any on me at the moment. They're actually in the other room, and I have them charging. What I do is I put them outside. I charge them for a while out in the sun, and then after your reading, of course, I go out there and pick the right one for you. All right? That's just kind of how I do it. And then for cards for us today, I wanted to, actually Spirit brought this in, knocked over a deck of cards, and it was energy healing. Okay, and this is Merlin. Okay, everybody who is familiar with Merlin, those of you, I should say, that are familiar with Merlin, Merlin is a really fun wizard, brings in a lot of great wizard energy. I have a little sodalite Merlin in my window. It reminds me of my shaman, Andrew, and so, anyways, I have him sitting over there. And so this just fell down and just said, hello. And so here we are. Hello. So, Merlin, when I asked what does Merlin stand for, the Merlin stands for the me, they said, and the her and in, everybody, and her and in, yeah, everybody. So Merlin right now is coming in, and those of you who don't know that part of me, I channel a lot of different energies from different sources, and we were just discussing doing readings. So during a reading, I tap into your guides and whoever that is. Today it's Merlin, and I've journeyed with Merlin many times and hung out with that energy energetically and know the power of Merlin. So when Merlin appears, certainly in a reading or any other time, we know that it's we're getting some magic wizardy help, and that's powerful right now, right? We need that. We need all sources and all power from everywhere. So that's that card. I just wanted to share that with you. The other card, I already knew what it was going to be before it came out, and it's about nurturing ourselves. Every card I pull this whole week is just about nurture yourself, nurture yourself. My guides even told me, because my mind was freaking out, okay, I haven't been able to sleep, And if you say, hey, Dr. Pam, why don't you do any of your things that, you tell other people to do? Yeah, okay, great. And it's true. But there are some times that we're maybe not intended to sleep, right? And for me, every time it gets to be the week right before the full moon, certainly I'm not sleeping. And the last few weeks, there's been a lot of things that are happening, okay? So one of my jobs, right, as a shaman is to help transmute energy that comes into the world. And so if something's coming in and coming around that needs to be worked on, then that's what we're doing, right? Those of us who have that assignment, everybody has a different assignment. So nurturing ourselves is very important. So even if I'm not sleeping, I'm still making sure that I'm laying in bed, all right? Maybe drinking more teas, taking my thieves, doing things like that. So Mother Mary was the card that came up. Yes, Nurture Yourself by Mother Mary, okay? All right, so during this sticky time that's going to last now until the 25th, let's make sure that we take care of ourselves and that we're continuing to nurture ourselves, all right? So back to a few other things that were brought in. I did make a little list. The first thing on there was the 5 hot items that were to be discussed. And, you know, to say it just like it is, we're going to be closed for 2 months. We're closed, okay, until June 1st, all right? Welcome to summer, okay? So that's just the way it is. So they said move on to number 2. All right, this is a cool one, guys. All right, so I was doing a couple of readings this week for some folks that were just, you know, regular folks having some readings done and getting some information. But I love doing that because it gives me an opportunity and affords me the chance to sit with guides and to have these discussions and to see things right into the future. In my fortune teller, I wanted to just explain that, you know, what's a fortune teller, right? Everybody has their fortune and everybody has their own telling inside their own being. Okay, so no, I'm not a fortune teller, but am I a foreseer of the future? I am a predictor, right, and an understander of what I see. And so what that means, of course, is that I'm shown possibilities. Okay, here we go with the rhymes, and here we go with the itching again. Okay, so there's possibilities everywhere. I just got a big field of energy that came in as a healing, and I wanted to remind us of that too, not to take us off a track. But that's one of the things they said that's part of taking care of ourselves. When we're doing that, we're actually helping others. Do you understand that? Okay, so one of the things that we can do, and that's been 3 times asked in the readings too, okay, I'll get back to what I saw. Okay, it has to do with buildings up in the sky. But so what can you do if you get yourself in fear? Okay, remind yourself that's only hurting people, right? Okay, so whatever you think about, we bring about. So think about happy thoughts and you emanate that happy energy, right? Send it out there, send it out there, send it out there, send it out there, send it out there. It's better than worrying, okay? Pray instead of worrying, okay? All right, so back to the futuristic energy that I saw 3 times in the reading was the buildings that were more going to be in the sky. So if anybody's ever been to New Zealand, you know, there's the famous restaurant and place up there. I can't even think of what it's called right now or where it is. And then also too in Seattle, and then also in Las Vegas. Okay, so there's, you know, places all over that, you know, we've already gotten used to dining away up high, and it's a really big thrill, right? Well, it's going to become like more of a norm. Okay, that doesn't mean we're going to fly in the sky like the Jetsons. Is that coming? Not in our lifetime, guys. Okay, because why? Well, guys said that's a talk for another time, right? We can go on and on, but basically it's too much, right? We're already doing something right now, but it would be cool if we could take an elevator. Maybe one side will be safety, right? So maybe it'll be steel on the outside, right? And maybe you'll go up the elevator if you don't want to look out, if it frightens you, and the other side will be open. So now you go up to work. You'll park below, and then we'll have parking garages that are stacked like that, right? And there'll be more opportunities for grasses and things for when people do go back. It'll take a lot to convince people to go back to work after this little break, you know? And so I know everybody's working really hard, and wow, you guys are doing an amazing job. I mean, you know, I kind of have seen a lot of this coming in my last 5 years of doing a lot of this really deep work, right? Looking at these things, and certainly before then, but most specifically in the last 5 years. And in the last 1 year, now even the last 3 months, I'm hearing just the way that we have really altered ourselves, right, as humanity. And we've done such a good job. And we haven't been hearing that maybe because we've been worrying, right? And I understand that too, and I do. My job here, right, is not to worry. My job here is to raise vibration and to make everybody feel okay. But then to also come back down here to this area right here in the middle where, you know, you're able to meet somebody, right? You can't be up here all the time because if somebody's way down here, you know, you gotta kind of, I think I always learned as a therapist to kind of meet somebody where they are and then maybe go up two more steps. No more than that. Not right now, right? And then they graduate from that program. So that's a really nice way of looking at things. Okay? All right, so that was number 2. Number 2 is buildings in the sky. Cool. All right, number 3. Engage in your senses now. What does that mean? That means engage in all of your senses, okay? So, you know, your sense of taste, your sense of hearing, of smell, play games with yourself, blindfold yourself, you know, blindfold your family, have dinner in the dark, you know, do all sorts of fun things, you know, whatever it takes, you know. Again, I mean, we're closed until 6/1. That doesn't mean the world is ending. And in fact, the world is reborning. So that's a good word. It's not a real, they say human word in the dictionary, but it's a word that we're going to use. So we are reborning, okay? It's a nice thing to think about. So during the reborning phase, phase, they said, think of your phrase. Come up with your mantra, right? Of whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, I made a list of some fun things yesterday. Gonna start looking at making organic lip balms and things like that, and lotions. I've already done a lot of those things, and you know, there's opportunity for you everywhere. They said everybody person now can do whatever they're intended to be doing. There's no excuses. Okay, it's frightening, right? Because what would you do if you didn't have an excuse? Okay. All right, so your senses now are about more than just those three. They're about touching, right? So maybe feeling some fabric, maybe some silk. I'm going to start to crochet. I'm going to make a little blanket from Mason. And, I learned how to crochet when I was little from my grandma. I remember at the time sitting there crocheting and my brother Michael walking outside playing, and I had to sit there and crochet, right? And he's outside playing. It was hot. And I wasn't all happy about that. My grandma had the fan on. Like that was going to make up for it, but it did, and it's cool. And actually, I have her crocheting needles that I found, so I'm going to make a little blanket. So, I'm going to engage in my feelings of touch, and then also my creativity, and then, doing something kind for somebody too, okay? So all of those things, okay, those are all part of your senses, and you just figure out whatever it is and come to your senses, okay? All right, number 4. Ooh, this is a good one. All right, I hope no kids are listening, and if they are, cover their ears. No, it's not anything like that. Remember I told you it would never be like that. Okay, get a pet. Yeah, get a pet. Okay, why get a pet? All right, there are a lot of pets right now that are kind of going to be sitting there for a bit, right? Especially while everybody's under quarantine. But these animals, dog spelled backwards is God, right? And these animals, dogs, kitty cats, even birds. I was thinking about getting a bird the other day. I don't know why, but it just kept coming to me. Get a bird, get a bird. That's a responsibility, right? I'd have to check in on that for certain. So, do the same. Check in on that. But if it is time, you're going to be home, right, for the next little bit. That's the biggest thing is, I don't have time because I can't train the dog because I got to go to work. But now you're home. So think about that, okay? And I know that they're here to help us too, all right? They can help transmute the virus. Speaking of the virus, a big thing did come to me, okay? And I wrote this down. I don't even have to look at it. So, COVID-19, what does that mean? Co means together, right? And vid, virtual intelligence of the divine. That's right, guys, just in time. 2019, okay? Excuse me, confirmation. Whenever you say something, you get choked up or you swallow like that, that's confirmation, okay? It's big energy coming through. So the first case was on the day after Christmas, right? It was the first case of the virus that was found. So COVID 2019. So co is together, vid, okay, virtual intelligence of the divine. Okay, take that in. What does that mean? Okay, that means we're all okay? Yeah. Now, my mom told me a good story about a 90-year-old, I think an 104-year-old that were in a rehab facility, and they had gotten the virus, and they both recovered. So what does that tell us? If a 90-year-old and a 104-year-old can do it, so can you. Does that mean I'm speaking to you because, like, you're going to get it? I don't know if you're going to get it. I do know some people have asked me if they're carriers and things, and I can tell you if you are. And I'll also say, too, that and remind you that even if you got it, it's just like any other flu, right? You get it? Okay. What would you do? You wouldn't feel very well. But, Pam, what are you saying? All these people are dying. Like, are you telling me that we're making all this up? No, I don't think we're making it up. I think it's definitely happening. But I think that a lot of times when we are filled with fear, and I've had occasion to experience that, right? The collective fear, certainly, even of the virus, intentionally asking, what are people feeling? So that I can understand humanity better, so that I can do my job, my dharma, right? To help people to understand, right? I just heard the guide say, thank you. Yeah, problem, you're welcome, right? So what do? Nothing when it happens, and it's in a lovely way, when you're in alignment with your life's mission and your path, then certainly you don't mind, right? Okay, so with the virus now, if somebody did get it, you would be just fine, most likely. The people that are passing away, again, are mostly individuals that have to pass away. And did I say mostly, compared to last time when I said all? Well, I read a story about a 39-year-old, right, who passed away, and I'm still trying to put my head around that, right, have feelings around that. Because, wait, what are you saying? That guy was going to die anyways? And my guide said, yeah, he was, actually. He was going to have cancer anyway. Okay, it was going to be a slow, arduous death. Sitting at his desk. Okay. So, do you understand? So, he was going to depart the earth anyways. Okay. thought about reaching out to that widow and sending love, but really that's invasive, right? You know, I read a story about her, I did, but who am I right now to inundate her, right? I feel like the best thing that I could do is just pray and send her love and energy. Breathe that through. I feel that. Okay? Yeah, that's the best thing that we can do. All right. Okay, so let's see what the next one is. Pray, walk, and learn something new. So when I was asked, what do I do? Okay? And how am I just, sitting around and I'm okay doing all these things? Well, I entertain myself with enough, right? Having a good balance. It's been a little bit of a struggle, right? Having a balance though between, doing all the things that are important, right? Things that are responsibilities, right? That you could push off to the next day. Keeping up with people, still listening, right? When most people want to talk about, the things that are happening in the world and how scary they are and oh my goodness. And, thankfully I have a good balance of folks and, a lot of people that are in my circle know that, hey, this is all waking everybody up. Even if I don't quite understand it, I'm not going to worry about it. Sometimes there's a good thing there, right? Yeah, innocence is bliss. All right, guys. I know that we're at 25 minutes. I always said to keep it at 20 to 25, okay? So one more thing I do want to say to you is look for something in your life that's going to be your weekly wow, okay? For me, I went out for a walk, and I found this rock that I loved, and I couldn't pick it up. It wasn't possible. And I thought, oh, man, I wish that I had something to crack the rock open with. Well, I went over to the rock anyways to talk to it, and I'm not crazy. I just thought my mom would say, don't say that if you're talking to rocks. Only because, sometimes, in the olden days, when people would do things like that, right, they were deemed whatever, and there's a lot of witchcraft and things like that involve things. There's beautiful gifts that are passed on ancestrally, right, and I believe that my family has all of those gifts, and that we came from a good line of witches and things, kind of like Bewitched, right, which happened to come out the year that I was born. But anyways, back to the rock. So this rock here that I went over to just, make acquaintance with and let it know I'd be back. I went to pick it up and it was already cut in half for me. So I was able to pick her up and bring her home. Now certainly she's not light by any means, but if you take a look at her there, she's got a lot happening. Okay? I believe that Spirit is opening the earth and is releasing a lot of these things for us so that we can have these beautiful moments, okay, in this time, this downtime. All right, if you need anything, anybody, it's a good little workout right there to go out, find a rock, okay, and just call it a rockin' workout. We can get together and do that. Find something to do. Find something that makes you happy. Find several things that make you happy. Write them down. Figure them out. Get a sticky note. If you get sticky, get a sticky note. All right? Call me if you need anything. I'm here. All right, guys. I look forward to our next time together. And if I can serve Spirit saying in any ways, please let me know. Subscribe, like, and then comment so that I know what you need, okay? I'm here for you, Spirit says, and I'm also here for myself, which simply means, this is kind of what keeps me going too, right? So if we're all going to help each other, then let's all help each other. So I'm here to help you, and so that's a beautiful thing for all of us to do. All right. All right, guys. I'll see you very soon. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend and take care of your families. Have a good time. Stay inside, and if you go outside, stay in your general area, in your vicinity. That's the guidelines, right? So the mixture there is, what do I do? Say go outside, stay inside. Which one do I do? Do both. Go outside, but stay in your area, okay? And find something to do. Like build this little area right here. This just all came together with things that I had. I feel so happy here. I can just sit here now and just chill out and relax, right? So something different to engage your mind. Okay. Talk to you all soon.